Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. You're digging through your old piggy bank or that jar of pennies your grandma gave you, and bam, you come across a simple little penny. Nothing special, right? Well, what if I told you that penny could be worth $1 million? Yeah, you heard me, $1 million for a single coin. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1991 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a humble little coin with a jaw-dropping value. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why this penny is so valuable, and how you might just hit the jackpot. Alright, let's start with the basics. What makes this 1991 D penny so special? Well, the D stands for the Denver Mint, where this particular penny was struck. Now, there were billions of Lincoln pennies minted in 1991, so finding one isn't exactly rare. But here's the kicker. It's not just any 1991 D penny we're talking about. The one that's worth $1 million? It's a unicorn, practically one in a billion. This penny is a collector's dream because of a rare minting error. You see, the US Mint isn't perfect, and occasionally mistakes happen. These errors are like typos in a best-selling book. Except instead of being annoying, they make the coin ridiculously valuable. For the 1991 D penny, the error involves an off-center strike and a double die reverse, meaning the details on the back of the coin are doubled. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my dad clean out his garage. You know, the usual stuff. Dusty old tools, boxes of who knows what, and of course, jars full of loose change. While sorting through the coins, I found a 1991 D penny. My heart skipped a beat. Could this be the one? I pulled out my magnifying glass. Yes, I have one. Don't judge. And for a moment, I thought I saw the doubling on the reverse. Turns out, it was just a coffee stain. But hey, it was a thrilling 5 minutes. So, how do you know if your penny is the one? First, look for that D mint mark right below the date. Then, check the back of the coin for doubling in the lettering, like 1 cent or E pluribus unum. If you think you've got a winner, you'll want to have it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Trust me, don't skip this step. Otherwise, you might just end up selling $1 million coin for a few bucks. Now, let's talk market value. Why is this penny worth so much? The rare error combined with its condition, graded MS 67 or higher, makes it incredibly desirable to collectors. In fact, one of these coins recently sold at auction for just over $1 million. That's enough to buy a house, a car, and probably a lifetime supply of tacos. So, there you have it, the humble 1991 D penny that could turn your pocket change into a fortune. The next time you're about to toss a handful of coins into a vending machine, think twice. That penny could be your golden ticket to financial freedom. And if you're as fascinated by coins as I am, or if you just want to know how to spot more hidden treasures, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin hunters. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. Who knows? You might just help someone discover their $1 million penny. Ever found a penny in your pocket and thought, just a penny? Well, today, I'm going to tell you about one little copper beauty that could make you a millionaire overnight. That's right, $1 million. We're talking about the legendary 1968 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. This humble coin, worth just 1 cent when it was minted, now carries a jaw-dropping market value of $1.10 million. Yeah, you heard me right, 1.1 million. And if you're wondering how a penny can be worth more than a mansion, buckle up. We're diving deep into this coin's history, rarity, and what makes it so valuable. Oh, and stick around because I'll also share my own hilarious and slightly embarrassing story about a penny that almost changed my life. So, let's kick things off with a quick history lesson. The 1968 Lincoln penny, as you might know, was minted in huge numbers. But here's the twist. Most coins from that year have a little letter under the date indicating where they were minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco. If there's no letter, well, that's what we call the no-mint mark variety, and these were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Normally, Philly coins don't have a mint mark, so what's the big deal, right? Here's the kicker. This particular 1968 no-mint mark penny isn't just any penny from Philadelphia. It's a rare error coin, and that's where things get spicy. Experts believe only a handful of these were mistakenly struck with a unique, near-perfect die that gave them a sharp design and flawless details. Add in their rarity and condition and bam. Coin collectors are willing to pay big bucks. Now, before you go raiding your couch cushions, let's talk about what you're looking for. This isn't just any old 1968 penny. To be worth $1.1 million, your coin has to meet a few criteria. First, it must be in pristine condition, preferably uncirculated or graded as a mess, 68 or higher. If it's scratched, worn, or has gum stuck to it, don't ask. It's probably not worth much. Second, the coin needs to have that sharp strike and flawless surface I mentioned earlier. If it looks like any other penny, it probably is. Lastly, it needs to be authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These folks are the gatekeepers of the coin world, and their seal of approval can make or break your payday. Now, let me share a quick personal story. A few years ago, I was at a garage sale. You know, the kind where you find old VHS tapes and grandma's mismatched teacups. Anyway, I spotted a jar of pennies for $5. Something told me to grab it, so I did. Fast forward to me at home, dumping the jar out on the kitchen table. There it was, a 1968 penny with no mint mark. My heart nearly stopped as I rushed to get it graded, dreaming of that $1 million payout. Long story short, it wasn't the penny. Turns out, it had a tiny scratch under Lincoln's chin, which knocked it down to a lower grade. My dreams of retiring to a tropical island were crushed. But hey, I did sell it for $200, so it wasn't a total loss. So, what's the moral of the story? Check your pennies. That little copper coin in your pocket could be the key to financial freedom, or at least a nice vacation. The 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a shining example of how something ordinary can turn extraordinary. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about coins that could make you rich, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post tips, stories, and strategies to help you uncover hidden treasures in your pocket change. Don't miss out. You never know what you might learn or how much it could be worth. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts, especially when it's worth $1 million. What if I told you that sitting in your jar of loose change, or maybe tucked away in an old drawer, is a penny that could be worth over $1 million? Yes, you heard me right. A penny worth $1.2 million. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? But today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1966 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny coin with a huge price tag. Stick around because this could literally change the way you look at your spare change forever. And hey, if you've ever thought, how do people even find these valuable coins? Or what's the catch? Don't worry, I'll break it all down for you. I'll even share a funny story about how I almost missed out on a valuable coin myself. Let's jump right in. All right, first, let's talk about this elusive 1966 no mint mark penny and why it's worth such a jaw-dropping amount of money. If you're new to coin collecting, here's the deal. Coins usually have a little letter stamped on them that tells you where they were minted. A D means Denver, an S means San Francisco, and so on. But the 1966 penny? No mint mark at all. It's as mysterious as a locked treasure chest. Now, you might be wondering, isn't that a mistake? Nope. Back in the 1960s, the US Mint stopped putting mint marks on coins for a couple of years to discourage coin hoarding. So, technically, every 1966 penny should have no mint mark. But here's the kicker. Not all no mint mark 1966 pennies are created equal. The one that sold for $1.2 million is special because of its condition and rarity. This penny is in what collectors call MS67 red condition. That's coin nerd lingo for pristine, shiny, and looks like it was minted yesterday. Out of the billions of 1966 pennies produced, only a handful have been found in this top-tier condition. And don't even get me started on the bidding wars. Collectors go absolutely bananas for coins like this. Picture a room full of rich, suit-clad people waving paddles like they're auditioning for an action movie. That's how a tiny penny climbs to $1 million price tag. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was going through some old jars of change, just minding my own business, when I found this odd-looking penny. My first thought? Cool, a lucky penny. I was about to toss it back in the jar, but something told me to take a closer look. Long story short, it wasn't worth $1 million, but it was worth about $50. $50 for a penny? Not bad, right? Now I'm telling you, check your coins. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. No mint mark, no D, no S, nothing. Just a clean field under the date. Color and shine. If it's red and shiny, you might have something special. Condition: the fewer scratches and dings, the better. If it looks like it's been run over by a truck, it's probably not the $1 million coin. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I found one that looks good. What next? You'll want to get it graded by a professional. Companies like PCGS or NGC specialize in this and can tell you exactly how valuable your coin is. Trust me, it's worth the investment. All right, folks, let's wrap this up. The 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Who knew a coin most people wouldn't even pick up off the sidewalk could be worth $1.2 million? Go through your coins, dig into those jars, check your old wallets, and raid the couch cushions. You might not find $1 million penny, but hey, even a $50 find isn't too shabby. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money or strategies to grow your collection, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got tons more to share. Everything from hidden coin treasures to smart collecting strategies that won't break the bank. Thanks for watching, and remember, every penny counts, literally. See you in the next video. What if I told you there's a tiny, unassuming penny out there? Yes, a penny. That could be worth a staggering $1.3 million. That's right. Today we're diving into the incredible story of the 1976 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, a coin that's the ultimate underdog in the world of currency. So before you empty your pocket change at the vending machine or toss that jar of coins into the Coinstar, you might want to stick around. Who knows? You might just have a fortune sitting in your couch cushions. $1 million penny? Sounds like a scam. But trust me, this isn't clickbait. There's a fascinating reason behind its value, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. So grab a comfy seat, your jar of pennies, and let's get to the good stuff. Alright, first things first, let's break down what makes the 1976 D-penny so special. This coin wasn't made from gold. It doesn't have a secret treasure map etched on the back, and it won't unlock a hidden vault at the Federal Reserve. What sets it apart is a rare minting error that makes it one of the most sought-after coins in the collector's market. Back in 1976, the Denver Mint was producing pennies like a well-oiled machine. However, one batch got an accidental makeover, an ultra-rare double-die error. Essentially, the design on the penny was struck twice, causing subtle but noticeable doubling on the date, the mint mark, and sometimes Lincoln's profile. Most people never noticed this back then. After all, it's just a penny, right? But fast forward to today, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune for this quirky little mistake. Now here's where the fun begins. You don't need to be a coin expert to spot one of these. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's camera zoom and examine every 1976 D penny you come across. Look closely at the D mint mark and the date. If you see any doubling or odd distortions, congratulations. You could be holding on to a jackpot. Here's a relatable story for you. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. You know, the classic junk treasure situation. Among the old tools and random knickknacks was a dusty coffee can filled with coins. Being the curious and mildly nosy person I am, I started sifting through them. Lo and behold, there was a 1976 D penny that looked a little off. I didn't think much of it at the time, but after doing some research, I realized it might be worth something. Sadly, it wasn't the $1 million coin, but it still fetched a cool $200. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the value of pocket change. But let's talk about the $1.30 million figure. Why is this specific penny worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and condition. Out of the billions of pennies minted in 1976, only a handful of these errors were produced. And of those, even fewer have survived in pristine condition. If you find one that's been kept in near-mint condition, collectors will pay top dollar to own it. The record-setting penny in question was sold at auction to a high-profile collector, making headlines and sparking a renewed interest in coin collecting. The buyer, who paid $1.3 million, said they found the coin market more exciting than investing in stocks. Who needs Wall Street when you've got pennies, right? But before you go spending hours analyzing your change, here's a quick checklist for identifying valuable 1976 D pennies. Look for the D mint mark, which indicates it was minted in Denver. Check for doubling on the date, mint mark, and Lincoln's profile. Pay attention to the coin's condition. The less wear and tear, the more it's worth. Consider getting your coin professionally graded if you think it's the real deal. So there you have it, folks. The 1976 D Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. A tiny piece of copper that could change your life. The next time you're at a thrift store, cleaning out your car, or rummaging through your grandma's coin collection, keep your eyes peeled. That unassuming penny might just be your ticket to financial freedom, or at least a really good story to tell at parties. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post videos every week about coins worth money, insider tips on the collector's market, and strategies for turning pocket change into big bucks. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. You're rummaging through your spare change, maybe looking for coffee money, and bam, you stumble upon a penny worth over $1.4 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, grab your favorite chair, because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2001 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny that's making waves in the coin world. Spoiler alert, you might want to check your pockets after this video. Alright, so let's break this down. First, let's talk about what makes this particular penny so special. It's not just any Lincoln penny from 2001. It's the one with no mint mark. And in the world of coin collecting, that's a big deal. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark. So at first glance, this coin seems like your average Joe. But here's the kicker. This specific no mint mark penny has some quirks that make it one of a kind. Show zoomed-in images of a 2001 penny. So what are these quirks? Well, experts discovered that this penny was struck on a foreign planchet, basically, the wrong kind of metal disc. This means the penny has unusual weight, color, and texture. Add in the fact that it somehow made its way into circulation, and you've got a coin that's rarer than finding a Wi-Fi signal in the middle of nowhere. Speaking of rare finds, this reminds me of the time I found a crumpled $20 in my jeans pocket while doing laundry. I felt like I hit the jackpot, until I realized it was just enough to cover a week's worth of coffee. Imagine how the person who found this penny must have felt. Now, here's a fun fact. Back in 2001, most people didn't give their pennies a second thought. I mean, who does? But fast forward to today, and collectors are willing to shell out over $1.4 million for this little copper beauty. Why? Because coin collecting is like treasure hunting. It's all about finding the story behind the coin. And this penny has a story that's juicier than grandma's secret chili recipe. Let's talk about the current market value. As of today, the record for the 2001 No Mint Mark penny is $1.4 million at auction. That's right. A penny that used to buy you a gumball is now worth more than a mansion in most places. And if you're thinking, what if I have one of these? Well, I've got you covered. Here's what to look for. No mint mark under the date. Odd weight or thickness, a slightly different sheen or color. If you think you've got a winner, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Trust me, it's worth it. Imagine handing over a coin and walking away with a check big enough to retire on. Not bad for something you might have found under the couch cushions. Alright, folks, let's wrap this up. The 2001 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny proves that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. So, the next time you're digging through your spare change or emptying the junk drawer, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just find your own million-dollar miracle. And hey, if you love learning about coins that are worth serious money, you're in the right place. Subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on tips, tricks, and stories about rare coins and how to find them. Who knows? The next video might just help you strike gold, or copper in this case. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! You're digging through your old coin jar, that one sitting on top of your dresser collecting dust for years. You're looking for quarters to feed the parking meter, and bam! You come across a penny that could buy you a house, a car, and maybe even a small island. Yes, I'm talking about the 1975 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny, valued at a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. That's right, folks. One little penny worth more than most people's entire retirement fund. Intrigued? Well, buckle up because today, we're diving into everything you need to know about this tiny copper jackpot. First off, what's the big deal with this penny? Why would anyone shell out $1.5 million for a coin that most of us would probably overlook or use to scratch a lottery ticket? It all comes down to rarity, history, and a little bit of luck. The 1975 penny without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia, and here's the kicker. Philadelphia didn't bother putting a mint mark on its coins back then. But that's not the reason this penny is so special. What makes this one worth more than others is a combination of condition and a rare minting error. You see, errors in coin production are like typos in history books. They're rare, fascinating, and worth big bucks to collectors. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his attic. Now, my uncle is the type of guy who keeps everything. Old newspapers, broken radios, you name it. While sorting through a box of old coins, I came across a penny that looked different. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now, after learning about the 1975 no-mint mark penny, I can't help but wonder, did I pass up on my million-dollar moment? It's a thought that haunts me every time I see a penny on the ground. But let's get back to the 1975 penny. If you think you might have one, there are a few things to check. First, look for the date, 1975, obviously. Then, flip it over and check the back for any unusual features, like doubling in the letters or an off-center strike. Finally, make sure it's in pristine condition. A coin in mint state, or as close to it as possible, is what collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, why would anyone pay $1.5 million for a penny? Let me explain. Collectors don't just see coins as money. They see them as tiny pieces of history. Owning a rare coin like this is like owning a rare painting or a first edition of a classic book. It's not just about the metal. It's about the story. And speaking of stories, did you know some people have found rare coins like this in the most unexpected places? One guy found a valuable penny in a roll of coins he got from the bank. Another lady discovered hers in the pocket of an old jacket she bought at a thrift store. So, the next time you're tempted to skip over your pocket change, think again. That penny in your hand might just be your ticket to early retirement, so what's the takeaway here? Never underestimate the power of a penny. That little copper coin sitting in your drawer or rolling around in your car cup holder could be worth more than you ever imagined. The 1975 no-mint mark penny is proof that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest value. If you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button. I'm here to share more tips, stories, and strategies about coins worth money, and trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. Who knows? The next video might just lead you to your million-dollar discovery. Have you ever emptied your pocket change and wondered, could one of these pennies be worth a fortune? Well, today, we're diving into one of the most legendary coins in modern U.S. history, the 1985 D-Mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. And guess what? One of these bad boys recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.6 million. Yes, you heard me right, a penny sold for more than most houses. Intrigued? Stick around, because I'm about to tell you everything you need to know about this elusive coin, why it's so valuable, and how you might just stumble across one in your spare change. Spoiler alert. By the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. So, let's talk about this humble little coin. The 1985 D-Mint mark Lincoln penny might look like any other penny to the untrained eye, but oh boy, it's got a story. First, the D-Mint mark means it was struck at the Denver Mint. Back in 1985, nobody thought much about these pennies. After all, they were just everyday pocket change. But here's the kicker. A small number of these pennies were struck with an error so rare it could make even the least interested coin collector perk up. This error is in the strike itself, where the coin was double-die obverse, meaning the front of the coin was struck twice, causing a subtle but significant doubling in the lettering and details. Imagine Lincoln's face looking slightly, well, blurry, and the words "In God We Trust" seeming to have a shadow. That's the magic error we're talking about here. Now, why is this so valuable? It's all about rarity and condition. Only a handful of these coins exist, and most of them were overlooked and spent like regular pennies. The one that sold for $1.6 million was in pristine condition, professionally graded as a MS-68. That's like finding a 1980s car with 0 miles on the odometer. But here's a funny story. When I first started collecting coins, I used to check every single penny I found in my couch cushions. My wife thought I was losing it. One day, I excitedly called her into the room and said, "I think I found something." Turns out, it was just a penny covered in ketchup. No million-dollar fortune that day, but hey, the hunt is part of the fun, right? The key takeaway here is to check your coins carefully. Look for signs of doubling on the obverse side. A magnifying glass and good lighting can be your best friends. And while it's a long shot, who wouldn't want to trade 1 cent for $1.6 million? Condition matters. If you think you've found something special, don't clean it. That's like washing a rare painting with dish soap. It'll ruin the value. Get it professionally appraised instead. So, there you have it. What might just be the most exciting story you'll ever hear about a penny. Who knew that something so small could be worth so much? The 1985 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny proves that there's treasure hiding in plain sight, and sometimes it's right there in your pocket. Have you checked your loose change lately? If not, maybe it's time to start. And if you liked today's video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on more tips about coins, collectibles, and strategies to uncover hidden value. Who knows? Your next big find could be just a penny away. You're digging through your couch cushions for loose change, and bam! You stumble across a penny. But wait, it's not just any penny. It's a 1988 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and guess what? It's worth a staggering $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny that could buy you a mansion, a sports car, or, let's be honest, a lifetime supply of tacos. In today's video, we're diving into this jaw-dropping coin, why it's worth so much, how to spot one, and how to make sure you don't accidentally spend it on a vending machine snack. Stick around, because by the end, you'll know if you've got treasure hiding in your pocket change. 1. The story behind the 1988 no mint mark penny. Alright, let's get nerdy for a second. This coin is special because it's a 1988 penny without a mint mark, meaning it wasn't stamped with the usual D for Denver or S for San Francisco. Normally, pennies minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark either, but this one is unique because of a die error that makes it highly valuable to collectors. Now, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. He had this massive jar of pennies, like ridiculously heavy. I made a joke about how we were wasting time on pennies, and he said, "You'd be surprised what's in there." That's when he pulled out a magnifying glass and started inspecting them like Sherlock Holmes. Guess what? He found a penny worth $100, not $1.7 million, but still. That moment taught me, never underestimate your loose change. So, why the crazy price tag? 2 words, rarity and demand. This coin is extremely rare because of its error, and collectors lose their minds over rare coins. Combine that with the story and history behind it, and you've got $1 million piece of copper. It's like finding an old baseball card or a limited edition action figure from your childhood. Everyone thought it was worthless, so nobody saved it. Now, it's priceless. Here's the important part. How do you know if you've got a 1988 no mint mark Lincoln penny? First, grab a magnifying glass. You'll want to check. If there's no D or S, you're on the right track. This penny has a specific spacing in the word America on the reverse side. The A and M in America should look almost touching. Now, if you're anything like me, you're probably squinting at a penny right now. Don't worry, I've been there. One time, I spent 3 hours looking through a jar of pennies only to realize I was using a nickel as my comparison coin. Hey, we all make mistakes. Here's where things get exciting. At auctions, this coin has fetched up to $1.7 million. That's the price of a luxury yacht or a small island. Imagine cashing in 1 penny for that kind of payday. If you've got one, you'll want to take it to a professional coin grader or an auction house. If you think you've hit the jackpot, don't just toss it in your piggy bank. Preserve it. Keep it in a protective case and avoid cleaning it, as that can lower its value. Then, get it appraised by an expert. So, there you have it. the 1988 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that could make you a millionaire. It's proof that even the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. Who knew a penny could be worth more than a Ferrari? Coins like this are out there, and I'm here to help you find them. So, if you love learning about hidden treasures in everyday life, or if you're just hoping to turn pocket change into a fortune, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future tips and strategies for spotting valuable coins. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting. Who knows? Your next penny could be worth $1 million.